Hey guys, Sugar John coming back to another Diablo Immortal video. I want to talk about the new Paragon trees. I have not seen them, I've not talked to them. Like I said in my last video, I've been away for a little bit. As we're coming back here, I want to talk about what the new Paragon trees are, which ones we should be using, and maybe do a little bit of synthesis on what's going to make the most sense as far as moving forward in progression with Diablo Immortal. Okay, so as we progress, and we're going to go ahead and move into 2023 at this point, Diablo Immortal has had a lot of changes, and part of those changes is we've had new Paragon trees. If you guys don't remember, we started out with basically Vanquisher Survivor, then we got Treasure Hunter Gladiator, then we got Soldier Mastermind, and that was it. We were kind of left on the hook for a long time because all we knew is that we had Health 5, and this was it. This was the beginning package. This was it, nothing else. And a lot of these Heliquary bosses weren't going to be there. Now, fast forward, we're at like, okay, well, Hell 6, Hell 7, Hell 8, 360 Paragon recommended for Hell 6. Well, we're basically right there, right? So what does that mean? It means I should probably go to Hell 6, right? I guess. But I gotta do a few prereqs to get there. Now, what does that mean for Paragon trees? So what do you got to do with these? Like, what are we going to do with these here, and what ones make the most sense for you? Let's first dive into them and talk about each one. So this is going to be a highbrow level. I'll probably do another video where we go more into depth with it once I kind of think of a little bit more. I'm going to do this 100% on the spot because I haven't seen these yet, because I haven't honestly been keeping that up to date, because there wasn't a whole lot to get released. Now that there is, and it's here, let's talk about it. Let's look into it. So Massacre tree, let's go ahead and start with this one. Okay, so first off, we have armor, damage nodes, potency, life, armor pin are all on this tree. So far, I already like that it has life, it has damage, and it has armor pin. These are great attributes to have on a Paragon tree. For one, love to see the passive stats. Now, aggression. During a kill streak, every 10 kills grants you 3% increased primary attack speed up to a maximum of 15%. Okay, so once again, every 10 kills gives you 3% increased primary attack up to 15%. So it means every 50 kills gets you up to the max of 15%. This sounds like it's going to be good for open world farming as far as just knocking things down very quickly. Moving on. Boundless strides. During a kill streak, every 10 kills grants you 3% increased movement speed up to 15%. Once again, I like that this synergy. Look at the synergy here. It's the same. So basically, once again, you kill 50 enemies back to back to back to back. Now you're moving faster and you're doing more damage. To me, this is starting to sound like a speed run. This sounds to me more like we can do longer circles when doing open world farming so far. What do we have? Delaying the inevitable. Your kill streak timer now expires 10% slower, and picking up items will refresh the kill streak duration. Okay. This is really, really impressive. Okay, your kill streak timer now expires 10% slower, and picking up items will refresh the kill streak duration. So, for those of you who aren't aware, most of us have it to where we don't pick up whites, right? When we go to, what is it, controls? Controller, no, graphics, no, what is it, is it count? I don't think so. General, yeah, there it is. Auto pickup, normal is off, okay? So this means, in theory, once again, in theory, I haven't tested this, so I could be wrong. If I am, leave a comment below, let me know that I'm wrong. You could not pick up a normal while farming and then pick one up at the time to keep the kill streak alive. So far, these three here are super powerful. I'm loving everything about these three. Let's move on. Next, we have tenacity. During a kill streak, every 10 kills grants you 1% damage reduction up to maximum of 5%. Okay, so this is 5 once again, so 50. 50 seems to be the magic number here for the Massacre tree. Once you get 50 kills, you're getting a reduction. The other thing I'm thinking, and as I'm thinking this through, and I guess thinking out loud, is this also reminds me of the endless mode for warbands. This Massacre tree could be god tier for that, because you are constantly fighting enemies. You're constantly dropping loot as well, so you could constantly keeping your kill streak up, which would then get you some XP. That's just my general thought, right? Not necessarily that's what maybe you're going to go for, but so far that's a viable option as well. Okay, combat trance. Increase the maximum bonus of boundless strides to 30% and tenacity to 10%. Okay, cool. So boundless strides is going to be this one here. So now you're going to be able to go to a maximum of 30%. So at this point, this is 100 kills. So 100 kills and you go super fast. Now you're zoomy, right? Now you're zoomy. And tenacity to 10%. That's going to be this one here, which is going to be the amount of damage reduction. It's going to go up to 10%. So you're going to be able to reduce up to 10%. For those of you who do not know and are unaware, I've talked about this in other videos. Make sure you're keeping an eye on your armor. Once again, I am below the armor requirement for Hell 5. I'm about to jump to Hell 6. I'm still going to below that armor requirement. When you are below the armor requirement, you are going to take more damage. Right here, it tells you black and white, you're going to take more damage. How can you combat this? Get your armor up, swap out some different things, get the Paragon tree, right? Another way to do this now is going to your massacre tree. Your massacre tree, boom. Now tenacity, you have 10% reduction or reduce of damage basically after doing the 50 kills. Now obviously this goes up to 100 kills with the 10% here. So that's something good to know, right? If you are struggling in the game right now because you're taking too much damage, if you can get some few kills and you can get this damage reduction, this will help you. Okay, that's gonna do it for the massacre tree. So far so good. I like the massacre tree. Brawler. All right, so we got armor right off the rip. We got armor pin. Okay, cool. So we got damage and defense. We have damage, perfect, and we have potency and resistance, life. Okay, so I like it. Once again, life, damage, armor pin, the three major things you want to go for. Armor is even good to have. Not gonna lie, guys, it's still good to have, and it forces you to get it right off the rip. Now, stand firm. Reduce the duration of loss of control by 20% from effects applied to you by elite monsters. That seems minor. Close quarters. Primary attacks that damage elite monsters within 2 yards grant you stacks of close quarters, reducing your damage taken from elite monsters by 1%. Once again, very niche. Extended reach. Close quarter radius increased from 2 yards to 3 yards. That's a waste of a skill. Rapid memory. While close quarters is active, dealing damage has a 2% chance to reset the cooldown of healing potion. Okay. Bolsters ranks. All party members within 20 yards benefit from your close quarters, reducing damage. Okay. This is the first thing that I've seen on the Brawler tree that's worthwhile, and it's not worth it. You're talking a lot of wasted points to get to this. Brawler is useless in my opinion. Throw it out the window. There are circumstances where this could be good, sure. Everyone can argue the fact that, hey, reducing duration of lost control, getting, damage against elites, increased yardage or range, you're having your potions ready to go and giving that all these abilities to your fellow man. These are all great things, sure. Are they worth the amount of Paragon points that you have to put in to get them? No, they're not. There are other Paragon trees that would serve you much better than Brawler. I think this one right here is a swing and a miss. I don't think it's ever gonna be worth it. All right, moving on, Duelist. Duelist is going to be one where, okay, we're gonna start off with potency. We have resistance, we have damage, we have a life, armor, pin, and armor. Okay, so they're standard, your standard. Bloodthirst is gonna be the first ability we can unlock on the Paragon tree. Using a skill while in combat increases the damage you deal to monsters by 10% for 10 seconds. Using a skill while in combat increases the damage you deal to monsters by 10% for 10 seconds. Okay, so every time you do attack, you're increasing damage to monsters by 1% for 10 seconds. It stacks up to 5 times, so you get 5% as you're attacking. And then once you take damage itself, it's gone. Okay. Not bad. It's 5% damage every 10 seconds, basically. That's basically what this amounts to. It's a good little damage boost right off the rip. I'm not opposed to it, so to speak. It's not the best thing, but it's not worse. It's not the worst. Deadly Intent. Damage just increases by 2%. This is really impressive. So I'm very curious. We'll have to skill this one out and try it, because for those of you who are unaware, as a demon hunter, and as a resident expert of the demon hunter class, right? If I go in here and I look at this, I have Ruinous Path. Okay, this particular piece of gear increases all damage you deal by 6% during vengeance. I have proved that when you do activate Vengeance, you do see the 6% increase there, and everything stacks, right? So this means all of your skills do. Now, does this also mean that this really becomes a higher increase because of Vengeance, right? Because now if you have Vengeance active, that's one skill active, right? And then if you say use your crossbow shot, which is your other one that you're going to always be running, at that point, does that mean you get a 4% increase damage on that skill? Let's think about that. So this I like. So far, I'm liking both of these skills. We're going to have to do some testing on Deadly Intent to see how that goes. Moving on, Static Discharge. When Bloodthirst and Fury are removed from taking damage, so once again, take damage, you lose it. That kind of sucks. Actually, Fury is this one. You discharge lightning damage up to 5 targets within 5 yards. And has a 30-second cooldown. Oh, cool. So basically, when you take damage, it's kind of like a cast on damage. If you guys are familiar with Path of Exile, what that ability reads is basically like, hey, you take a hit, you automatically cast a skill. In this case, you take a hit, you're automatically casting Static Discharge, which is the lightning damage up to 5 targets within 5 yards with a 30-second cooldown. This is a pretty long cooldown, but it could have its purposes. This could definitely be one of those oh shit moments and you survive it because of this ability. It'll help you a little bit. I'm not opposed to it. What does Fury do? Using a skill while in combat increases your critical hit chance by 1%. Okay, interesting. So while in combat, you can increase your critical hit chance by 1% for 10 seconds. Fury stacks up to 5 times. So if you're constantly spamming your skills, you can get up to 5% crit hit chance. That's okay. Once again, these are all removed when you take damage. Seems to be the synergy of this. Basically, Duelist is don't get hit, don't get touched. So far, I'm thinking the Duelist tree is going to be very, very detrimental or helpful for the Demon Hunter class, maybe even the Necromancer class. Basically, range classes seem to be like they're going to benefit very well from the Duelist class. And then last but not least, we have Superiority. Bloodthirst and Fury now stack up to 10 times. So now Fury can be up to 10% crit rate, which is huge. That is huge. And on top of that, Bloodthirst, which is going to be this one here, now you can do up to 10% increased damage to monsters. So far, it seems like Duelist is going to be pretty impressive for mainly ranged characters, and if you want to just do a crap load of damage. Massacre is going to be good in general for basically keeping your farming going and not allowing you to lose the chain. So you're going to be able to farm quicker with Massacre and do better circle loops, so to speak, for leveling and farming gear. Whereas Duelist is going to seem more like one of those that you're going to pop when you're going to go through like a dungeon, and you just want more damage as you're progressing through, as you're doing killing ads, as you're getting to, to help you progress to the boss faster. It seems like that's what you're going to use Duelist for. I'd be curious, what is your guys' thoughts? What tree are you using? Do you have a particular Paragon tree out of these 3 that you think is the best? I can tell you right now, general, off the cuff, first reaction review, Massacre is huge. I'm gonna start putting points into Massacre actually, because I think this one is huge. I really like it. I wanna go ahead and I wanna get to the aggression. I wanna get to the boundless strides. I wanna get all this that I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just go ahead and focus on them and move forward on the Massacre tree itself to see what I can get, if that's gonna help me out tremendously. I think it will. And also, with that being said, I believe that helped me out anyways, because that gave me a little bit more armor. So now I'm only 8 away. And as you can see here, I only take 5% more damage. I'll get that extra 8, and then I'll finally stop taking more damage just in time to go to health 6 to take more damage, because I'm gonna be low again. Vicious cycle, I know, but it is what it is. That's gonna do it for this video. Let me know, comments down below. What do you feel? How do you guys feel about the Paragon tree? Is it good? Is it bad? Was the system worthwhile? Do you feel, was I too harsh? Was I too harsh when I was talking about the Brawler tree and how it's basically useless? I want to know. So far, I'm impressed with Massacre and Duelist. I think both of these are going to have their place in the game. I think, honestly, Treasure Hunter is still going to be a massive, as well as Gladiator, but Massacre and Duelist definitely will have their purpose. That's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace.